Hi again. So this one is going to be an empties video. I have done these before. I think I've done one or two before. Basically, I love watching empties videos because I think it's a much better measure of whether somebody's liked something or not, because if they continue to show you an empty product that they've used over and over again, there must be something good about it. In saying that, I know people don't want to watch an empties video and just see the exact same thing over and over again. So for that reason, I'm going to insert some timestamps telling you when things start, because this is going to be a long empties video. I would like to try and get it into under half an hour, but it's going to be a stretch. As I've said, some of the things I've used over and over again, so if you go and look at my last empties video, you'll be able to see me talk about them in more depth. Otherwise, I'm going to just whiz through things that I've spoke about before very quickly. I'm going to start off with shower stuff, like stuff you would use in the showers, shower gels, body scrubs, shampoos, etc. I'll then go into skincare. I'll then go into miscellaneous, and if there's any makeup. I don't think there is any makeup in this one, if I'm honest with you. And as I said, I will timestamp when each of these things occur, if you only want to see certain bits. So let's get started. First things first is the Soap & Glory Smoothie Scrub. This is the breakfast scrub, and this one is the Sugar Crush. Sugar Crush? Yeah, Sugar Crush scrub. I spoke about this in my last empties video. I love it. I think it is a fantastic product. I usually get them on a deal in Boots for 2 for £8. Still kind of expensive, but they last me a long time, and that was 2 of them I went through. I decided this time I would pick up one in a slightly different fragrance. So this one is a lot more citrus, a real strong scent of lime off it. I don't think I'll bother buying the lime one again, not because I didn't like the scent. It was quite refreshing over the summer to have a different scent, but I found this one didn't leave a nice moisturising oil balm on you when you were out the shower as much as the original breakfast scrub did. I am currently using another one of these in my bathroom at the moment. I just love these. I think they're fantastic. The next items are also things that I have mentioned before and I use over and over again. It's the Nivea In Shower Moisturiser. This one is the original and this one is in the cocoa butter. Love them. I'm not going to say anything else about them. They were in my last empties. I think they're fantastic, so give them a go. The same goes for this empty. This is another one, I think I'd said in my last empties video, that basically I buy a few of these over the festive period and get them to last me throughout the year. So that's my final one. It's now empty. So I'm going on to use something else now. But Rose Jam from Lush comes out about Christmas time. Fantastic. These two are pretty straightforward, and it's simply because this is what my other half uses. And if I'm running out of mine, I will use these two. It's the original source shower gels. They come in all different scents, all different fragrances. This is the mint one. That's the one he particularly likes, and I think it's quite interchangeable to be male and female. Everybody can like it. So that's 2 mint ones of them. You pick these up for £1. They're just what they are. These are the Lee Stafford Hair Growth Scalp Scrubs. I think I'd got through one at that point and had bought top-ups the last time I spoke about these. Does it make your hair grow? I'm not claiming it does. Does it feel nice to have a nice fresh clean scalp after you've put on 4 days of dry shampoo? Yes. I've not picked another one of these up yet because I would like to branch out into other scalp scrubs and try some others, but this is a really good one, and if they're on offer and you can get 3 for £2 on the Lee Stafford range, it's good. I like it, but I can't promise you that it makes your hair grow. These are the OGX Biotin and Collagen, sorry, had to check there, Biotin and Collagen shampoo and conditioner. I think I got these while they were on offer. I think these can be quite pricey at times. I will link all the prices of everything that I can below, so please have a little look in the description box. But I think a lot of the time Boots will do 2 for a tenner and things like that, which is still pretty expensive for shampoo and conditioner, but they are nearly a 400ml bottle, so they're not too bad. I always get them on a deal though. This one, as I've said before, I've got fine flyaway hair. Did it thicken my hair? I don't know. I'm really skeptical. I'm really dubious that anything can really do that for your hair. If anybody has anything to say otherwise, please let me know. But it was nice. I like that it's not got any added nasties in it. This brand is quite good that way, and it is quite nice, and they lasted me a long time. They actually they also smell really, really nice too. That's it. If we're talking about growing your hair, the last thing I have in the hair department is this. This was bought for my other half. My other half has got the thickest, darkest hair you've ever seen. I wish to God I had the same thickness of hair that he has. And his mum bought him this for Christmas, which I thought was hilarious, because this is like for people who are going bald, isn't it? But I used it because I thought, well, if it reduces hair loss, it's supposed to make your hair grow. I want more hair, I want thick hair, so I'm going to give it a go. It was alright. I can't say, oh yeah, it's definitely made my hair thick, it's definitely made my hair grow. I think my hair is actually in a much better condition since the start of the year because I stopped washing it so much. I think it's got so much more to it now that I only wash it every 3 or 4 days, so I'm not sure I can say, I don't know. I'm not sure, men, that I can say this is going to be the answer to anybody's prayers if you're losing your hair. Alan's dad swears by it, but he's still bald, so, you know, it's a difficult one. Makes me laugh, but I used it was alright, it's fine. I spoke about these little body scrubs from Kiehl's. They came as part of a trio that Alan had got me at Christmas. This one was the coriander. This one was the one, this one is the one I like the smell of the least. These are pricey. Again, spoke about them in my empties. I linked them in that as well. I'll link them below. For a full size one, since I made that empties video, I went and investigated. I don't think I would pay for a full size one, but they were a gift, they were good, they done the job. Next up, body moisturisers. This one is the Smoothie Star body moisturiser from Soap and Glory. It's a mini one. I usually stick them in the stockings of any female friends and family that I have. But that always sometimes means I end up with an odd one and things like that, so what I then do is keep that for travelling for myself. I love the smell of this. It's very almondy and it's very fake almondy, almost marzipan, so if you don't like that you probably won't like this, but the actual consistency of the body butter is lovely and it does come in other scents as well, so definitely go and give them a wee check out. Now this right here, this is controversial, isn't it? People ranted and raved, people bigged this up, people still talk about it regularly, and it is the Sol Janeiro Bum Bum Cream. The one that comes in the orange pot with a white lid. Full price for that product, I'm not sure I would pay it. It is essentially a body butter. Now, that's kind of the last little bits I can get out. It's lovely, it smells delicious. People say, you know, oh, it smells like holidays, it smells like tropicalness, it smells like what I imagine to be on holidays like. I don't think it smells like that at all. I think it smells like vanilla cake frosting, vanilla icing. It's got a hint of fruitiness to it, but to me, this doesn't smell tropical at all. It's very sweet. It's very sickly sweet, vanilla-y to me. Now maybe everybody's sense of smell is completely different. It is nice, but for the price that they charge for it, for full price, I just think, get yourself a Soap and Glory one, get yourself a Body Shop one, you know, this to me, you know, okay, it's supposed to be for your bum, your legs, your tummy, and also supposed to have all these properties that make your skin more toned or whatever, but let's face it, like, unless you're going to the gym all the time, unless you're like moisturising every day to move any kind of lumps and bumps about your skin, properly exfoliating, like, this is not going to make you look like you're supposed to be in Ipanema Beach. It's not going to do it. So am I going to spend a ridiculous amount on a body butter? No. No, I'm not. So that was a little mini one that I had and I was excited to try it, but I would not buy the full size. Next I'm going to move on to fragrance and hair things you would use once you came out the shower. This is the Heat Defense Spray from Tresemme. This is the one I usually buy. I find it works wonders. I regularly put some curl through my hair and I do have some colour through the ends of my hair, and I don't find that it is terribly heat damaged. It does what it's supposed to do. I blow dry my hair maybe once or twice a week as well, and I spray it in then as well. It's cheap, it's cheerful, it does what it says on the tin, and I will buy it again. The next things are 2 dry shampoos. I'm sure my last video I spoke about Batiste and how I don't like it, and I also spoke about Tresemme as well, I think. Well, at the time when I was emptying and doing that video, I had bought these ones and they are now finished. This is the Superdrug own brand of dry shampoo, and I got the Cocoa Brown one and the Killer Volume one. The Cocoa Brown one I think I'd mentioned briefly in my empties the last time, how I do actually really like that it has a colour to it, because I have very dark hair on the top, and whenever I use a dry shampoo I do find it gives me a white cast to the point then I may as well wash my hair, because it looks like I've got dry shampoo in my hair. So I quite like this. The only problem is that once you put dry shampoo in your hair, you do have a tendency to rub it all in and you get blackness all over your hands. That's the only thing. And I went like that through my hair and had this big like 4 finger marks right up my forehead. So there is that to think about, especially if you've just done your makeup or whatever and then you've got black lines all over your face. So it can be a bit of a pest that way, but in theory I do like what it does. It was cheap, it was affordable, and it done the job. The Killer Volume stuff I also found done what it needed to do. It wasn't overly white casty. I probably would buy it again, but at the moment I'm trying one from Aussie that I kind of like a little bit better. So it really would just depend which was the better deal at the time, what was on offer, etc. But this is really good too, like this. Fragrances, this is Rosie for Autograph in Marks and Spencer's. I have been buying this for maybe 2-3 years now, or at least my mum has bought me it at Christmas because I had mentioned I liked it and I bought the first one myself. So this one is a couple of years old, but that was me finishing it off. I probably got round to finishing it off more because a lot of my other perfumes were stolen, so then I just solely used this one. Yeah, they left the Marks and Spencer stuff. But it's a lovely fragrance, and I have now got a mini one, a 30ml one. That's the baby and the biggie. I've got a 30ml one that my mum picked me up this Christmas, and it's just lovely. It is something that I think I've mentioned before. If you like Chloe, the original Chloe, then it would maybe be a scent that you quite like. It is that kind of floral scented fragrance. It's not as strong as Chloe, and it is an eau de parfum. It's not eau de toilette, so it's quite good. I also spoke about these in my last empties as well, so head over there and have a wee look for more explanation on it. That's the Paradise one from Layering Lab in Superdrug. I actually don't think these are discontinued. I'd mentioned last time I thought they might be, but I don't think they are. And I just think they're really easy to throw in your bag and for a bit of a scent without you having to wear perfume. And I like them. And lastly, it is the infamous Primark version of Jo Malone's Pomegranate Noir. This is pomegranate and black tea, that's what they call it. At the moment, my reed diffuser in my bedroom is actually this as well. You can never seem to find the pomegranate and black tea perfume in Primark anymore. People obviously go in and just buy it because it's exactly the same as Jo Malone. Am I going to say that it sits on your skin as long? Am I going to say is it as good a quality? I don't know, because as much as Jo Malone is a luxury product, and I'm not against spending money on luxury items and having one-offs, nice things if people want to buy you a gift, I personally am not going to go into Jo Malone and buy £100 bottle of perfume. I'm not going to do it. Maybe even more than £100. It's just something, unless somebody bought it me for Christmas, and if somebody bought it me for Christmas, I would be like, oh my god, that's so kind. But equally, you could have bought me something cheaper, and you could have bought me this and something else. I'm just greedy that way. I'm just greedy. These are a really good dupe. This is the little 20ml bottles that you throw in your purse. Even these are hard to find in Primark now because everybody's going and buying them. I've also got the Mandarin and Basil and the Amber Noir and Rose Oud. Again, they're just all total rip-offs of Jo Malone, and they're good. You know, £3. Why are you going to pay 100? Sticking with fragrance, but in a slightly different way now, are room sprays. I love a room spray. My mum got me a set from Marks and Spencer's, and they are 30ml bottles of room spray. Now, these are always in stock in Marks and Spencer's. This is the Neroli Lime and Basil scent. It's gorgeous. I had a full size ones of these, and when we went into Marks, I started talking to her about them all, and then she ended up buying me a set with each of the scents. So I think it came in a pack of 6, and this was one of them. It's a room and linen mist, so whenever I change my bed, I would spray it on my bedspread as well. The other ones that I like in their collection is Sicilian Fig and Patchouli and Clove. I think that's the other one that I really enjoy. I can't remember off the top of my head what the other scents are. I'm sure there's some sort of rose one, and I'm sure there is some sort of citrus one, but I can't remember off the top of my head exactly. But they're all really, really nice. This one, however, is a 100ml bottle from Primark. This one is soft suede and honey. I don't know if they do it anymore. It was really nice though. It's got that smoky, almost masculine scent to it. That's probably the suede coming off it, but then a very light floral on it as well to make it more feminine. It was really nice. This one is a room spray, not a room and linen spray, so I can't promise you it wouldn't stain something if you sprayed it on it, but I used to spray it on my bedspread and it was fine. And that was good, I think probably £3. Next I'm going to move on to skincare items. So first off, I'm going to speak about The Ordinary, because I've spoke about them about a million times. I have a full video reviewing The Ordinary, and it was probably before I'd really been using them that long. I have now been using The Ordinary well over a year. I spoke about them in my last empties as well, so I'm not going into too much conversation about them. The retinoid and squalene I would buy again. I prefer it in the emulsion, but I would buy the squalene one again. It's 5%, and it's 5% retinoid that I usually use, and I enjoy it, and they're more than affordable, so that is a definite go check it out. The 100% organic cold pressed rose hip seed oil. I know they do lots of different oils in The Ordinary now, but this was the original. Look how dirty it is. This was the original one that I bought, and I did use all of it. It was nice. I don't need an oil at night all the time, so my concern is that you just maybe wouldn't use up within the 12-month period you're supposed to, and it did get really grimy and things like that. But again, for the price it is, and for someone who really needs an oil as part of their skin routine, well worth a look. And the Buffet, I don't think I need to say too much about the Buffet. I love the Buffet. I think it's a great peptide serum. I use it over and over and over again, and it's something like £12. It's fantastic. Go check it out. I'm going to mention some travel size things here because I do try beauty boxes and little samples of things quite a lot. This is a miniature of the Vita Liberata. This is a skin tanning night moisture mask, so for your face. If you watched my last haul video on all of the kind of things that I'd picked up from Boots and what have you, you would see my Isle of Paradise fail because my nails went a lovely shade of yellow and my hands were Oompa Loompa orange. I didn't find this done that. In saying that, this is only a 10ml tube. I don't know if you're supposed to like slap the whole tube on, use it as a sleep mask, and then the next day you wake up really, really bronzed. I didn't use it that way. I probably used it over the course of 2 or 3 nights and put it on at night, and I didn't see it making too much difference. And I know that Vita Liberata is quite an expensive brand, but it would maybe be something that I would have to continue using to see the benefits of. So this one didn't wow me. I will not be picking it up in a full size. These are 2 mini Lancome Hydra Zen moisturizers. One is the day cream, one is the night cream. I really like these. I actually weirdly found that the day cream was thicker than the night cream, in my opinion. This was very moisturizing, very refreshing, and made my skin feel really, really good. I wouldn't say I wouldn't buy the full size, but at the moment I just don't need it. But these were great for traveling as well. I love having little mini sizes of things, and they're a really good mini size to give you an idea, because I was using them for a whole week. And I really, really liked them. Speaking of miniature things and not knowing whether you like them or not, I have bought this over and over and over, and I'm pretty sure I've said in my latest in beauty box that I made last year at some point, I was hoping Santa would buy me a full size, and he didn't. So Santa, what the fuck. Maybe just was missed off my Christmas list. This is the AHA BHA exfoliating cleanser, and it is the cleanse and tone anti-age kind of range from Murad. I really like it. I would buy a full size of it. I just don't require it at the moment. But definitely one to check out. Let's talk cleansers and toners. Mentioned this in my last Empties video. It is the Garnier Micellar Water. It's the oil infused one for dry, sensitive skin, kind of anti-agey one. I really like this. It's the one I always pick up, and I'll continue to always pick up. This one as well from Lancome is the Bifacial Visage. This is the one that has also got the kind of Biphase blue and micellar on the bottom. This is pricey, this is nice, it's good. Is there any need to spend all this money when you could pick up the Garnier one? Probably not. Probably can just buy that one or the blue version of that. I bought this because it was part of a deal, and I had bought some of the matte lippies, and this came as part of a nice little set that I got from Lancome alongside the moisturizers as well. So it's a 200ml bottle, but it is pricey, and unless you feel this is doing something that this isn't, just pick up this. My Glossy Milky Jelly Cleanser. This is maybe the second full one of these I've used, and the one that I've currently got in the bathroom is almost nearly on its way out, so that will be 3 I've used since Glossy first launched in the UK. I really like it. I still can't seem to find one that is a cheaper alternative, like a high street version of this anywhere, which is quite disheartening because you would think, come on. I seen Neutrogena had one out that I thought was going to be that, but it was more, you know, you pumped it onto a piece of cotton wool and then wiped your face with it. It wasn't an in-shower or washing your face type cleanser. So I will continue to buy this until somebody brings out a cheaper one. Toners and exfoliating slightly type of toner things. This is from Aldi. It is the Lacura Daily Cleansing Pads. I think they are an absolute double for the, is it Nip and Fab? The pads that they do. The only thing is with Aldi, like you go down the aisle of essentially, the aisle of and it's just got all such wacky and weird and wonderful things, and then one week they're in and one week you're never to see them again. So I can't count on the fact that you will always be able to get them in Aldi, but they are cheap, so much cheaper than the Nip and Fab ones. I have mentioned before in other kind of empties and favourites that Superdrug also have something very, very similar to this, and the Pixie glycolic pads. The Pixie Glow Tonic, this is their glycolic toner. This is what I always use and I have bought over and over and over again, so I'm not getting into it. I love it, it's great. And finally, for toners or tonics type things, I got the Garnier Skin Active off the back of some recommendations that I'd seen on YouTube. This one is the Anti-Blemish Clarifying Tonic. I don't suffer from kind of regular acne or blemishes, but I do get spots on my chin, and I do have some discoloration in these areas because of the spots that I get on my chin. So I thought I'll try this. It's supposed to be really good. It's got some salicylic acid in it. It will help, but I used it maybe to about here. It didn't blow me away. I didn't have any breakouts, but I don't know if that just was because I wasn't going to have any anyway. It's not something I have regularly, so it's difficult to then pinpoint when you're supposed to use something that's going to stop spots when you don't know if there's definitely a time you're going to get them. Then felt bad for kind of leaving it like 2/3 full and not using it. So I did have particularly bad breakouts at one point and thought I'm going to go back to using it. Just targeted it round here. This is the only area that I took it on the cotton pad round. And my skin broke out something awful. Now I don't mean broke out in the sense I ended up with lots of spots, but it reacted. I had a terrible rash all over this area where I'd used it. It was all itchy. It was like those little tiny little heat rash, like water blisters, tiny little tiny ones all here. And then once they went away, my skin was so dry. So that is why there's still some left in it, and I have not continued to use it. I have used it well within the 12-month period that you're supposed to, so I don't have a clue why I didn't react at first, and secondly then why I did when I went back to using it again. I do not have a clue, but I'm probably not going to pick it up again. It didn't work for me, but I've seen a lot of other people rant and rave about it and it's done wonders for them. So I can't definitely say don't buy it, but it wasn't for me. Moving on to moisturisers, kind of like full-size moisturisers. Nivea Q10 cream was something that I used religiously all the time. I really liked it. It has SPF 15 in it. I just got a little bit bored of it, if I'm honest with you. It just didn't feel like it was doing that much. It's meant to be anti-aging, anti-wrinkle, all that kind of stuff. It's good, it's affordable. I just wasn't wowed by it. I got a bit bored of it. That's a bad thing to say. I mean, I'm sure I feel bad for it, but I just got bored of it, that's all. So I stopped buying it. This is the kind of, I used up the last of this one and that was it. I haven't bought it again since, but it is a really good day cream. I'm sure I've seen it on various kind of Versus videos and in magazines saying that it is really one of the best kind of affordable day creams. The one that I used to always use was the pore refining day cream. You do get a normal one, you do get ones for even further anti-aging, ones for brightening, ones for this, for that. But I quite like the pore refining one and I did like it. I just kind of haven't went back to it. This, however, I found to be sorely disappointing. So I didn't use all of this. There's a good kind of maybe just under half of the tub left. This is Fade Out. I got it in Boots. It comes in a nice little glass jar and everything. Clinically proven. And then it has a little asterisks, which basically means no, it's not clinically proven. But it says to brighten an even skin tone whilst the enriched oils create an overnight repair system to restore natural suppleness to boost skin hydration levels in 4 weeks. Basically what I was hoping for was that the discoloration I've got on my chin because of the spots and things like that, this would fade them. It didn't. It didn't really do anything. So I haven't used the rest of it because I just thought this is a lot of nonsense. It wasn't so much money that I felt awful for buying it, but I will not repurchase and I don't think it was very good at all. I didn't do anything. Don't see any difference. Glossier priming moisturiser, another one used up. I love this stuff. It will always be the thing that I go to if I'm going on an evening out before I put on makeup, or if I'm going to be at work where I know I'm not going to be outside in the sun and don't need any SPF. I love it. I wish they would make one with SPF in it that's not separate. I wish they would just make one with SPF in it. I love it. And lastly, on the moisturising front is the Empties Late Creme Concentrate. So this is an old school one. This isn't new. Everybody have probably heard of this. I just find this is really useful to have if I'm away on holiday, or like even whether it's a cold winter holiday or whether it's a sunny hot holiday, because it's just so good at moisturising. It's so basic. There's not a lot of frills to it. It's not the cheapest, but it's affordable as well. It's no frills, it does the job, and it works as a great primer before putting any makeup on your face. I really like it. So this is the Jurlique Rose Water Balancing Mist. I think this is around about £18 for a 100ml bottle. Do you need it in your life? No. Is it a little bit bougie? Yeah. But it's not as bougie as the one that I recently spoke about in my recent purchases, the Oromovisca one. Oromovisca. This is £18. I'm sure the Queen of Hungry Mist is up there, closer to 100. So with that in mind, I think this is relatively good, affordable. It smells lovely. It's quite hydrating. I enjoy it. I like having the wee extra step, and I like the smell of rose. So I would buy this again or put it on my birthday / Christmas list to be bought it again. I think it's really nice. A mask from Clinique. I love this mask. I can tell you right now, before I tell you anything about it, that I will repurchase it because it's bloody brilliant. So I am not an overly clarifying mask kind of girl because I have somewhat sensitive but dry skin. As I said, the only places I really get any pimples, it's here. so I don't really need any oil soaking issue up here. It just doesn't affect my skin. But every now and again, you want to clean out the blackheads, you want to like detox this part of your face. This is a charcoal clay mask and scrub. The reason I love this, it's like a twofer. It's a 2-in-1. You can put it on as a mask, and generally what I would do if I was putting it on as a mask is just put it round this kind of triangular area of my face, and then the rest of my face I'll put on a hydrating mask, and then you look like a bit like a penguin, but just saying. You wear it as a mask, you wait till it goes like dry, it dries out, you can actually see the oil coming out of your pores on your nose, and then when you go to use it, it's got a scrub in it and it's really exfoliating. I just love the feeling that I like, that exfoliating scrubby feeling on your face, and you feel like, oh, my skin's really clean now. I love that. But also this can be used just as that. You could go into the bathroom, wash your face in the shower, squirt some onto your hand and use it solely as a scrub as well. So I think it's fantastic. It's part of the City Block range from Clinique. They do SPFs and all that kind of stuff in the same range, but I will definitely buy this again. It was brilliant. And lastly, moving on to makeup, there is a very, very small amount here, and it's partly just because I had to use some up whilst waiting to actually go and purchase the full size of things. Roller Lash, 2 minis. As I say, just had to use them up. I had them in my stash, my kind of travel stash, and I needed to use them up while I was waiting to go and purchase a full size of Roller Lash, which I now have. Love Roller Lash. I spoke about it till I'm blue in the face, so I'm not going to get too into it. It's a fantastic mascara. It's what I've got on today. I love it. It's great. Another mascara that I tried, again, because I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy the full size one, and in between purchasing full size products, was the Monsieur Big by Lancome. Now, you've heard everybody and their granny speak about this. And any influencer who's any influencer, any YouTuber, any blah, 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 they've spoke about this. The really annoying thing is, it's very nice. Which is just a pain in the bum, because you're like, I don't want to listen to you because you're just telling me because, you know, you want to sell stuff. But it's really, really good. It is actually very, very good. This is the miniature size. Obviously, I probably would buy the full size. I've got a new Roller Lash. I don't need one at the moment. But if for some reason I couldn't get a hold of Roller Lash, or I just fancied a change, this would be certainly one that I would change to. It was very, very nice. What I'm seeing a lot of people saying now as well is, as the drier it gets, the better it gets as well. I kind of hated it when people said that about the Bad Gal Bang Lash, because let's not even talk about the Bad Gal Bang Lash. It's awful. It's so bad. But I was dubious when people were saying that about this, but actually it's really, really good. You can obviously buy more affordable mascaras, but then you can buy more affordable mascaras than Roller Lash, and it's always the one I go back to. So this is really good, and if you've already tried Roller Lash and you think I want to try something different, I would highly suggest this. It's not a rubber wand, it's an old-fashioned style wand, but I like it. I really like it, and it's so annoying. Last 2 items were nearly there. Boy Brow from Glossier. This one I have used up. As I say, I don't always put things through my brows, but if I do, it's probably going to be this. It just does the job, just kind of tidies them up a bit. I've got big bushy eyebrows and I don't do too much to them. This is just all my own hair, so I just brush this through to kind of keep them tidy, and it's really, really good. And lastly is a primer. It's from e.l.f. and I'm sure it's the hydrating, yes, the hydrating fresh primer from e.l.f. I don't like it. There is still some left in this, but the reason that I've not used it up is just because I didn't like it. It was a bit mince, it felt a bit greasy on my skin, I wasn't loving it. I bought it because Kathleen Light said it was really good, and she's a dry skin kind of gal. Smells really funny. I don't know. Well, it smells that way. You know when you've painted your house? It smells like a freshly painted house, and I just don't like it. Don't like it. Didn't think that it really done much in the way of hydrating. It was just like one of those slippery primers that you could buy for like £2. Hooray, and that is me finished. I don't think that was too bad actually. I think I managed to keep it snappy with them. I think at the end I probably sped up a little bit because I'm now absolutely bursting for a pee and I need to go and pee. So I'm gonna sign off here. Hopefully that was of some use to you. Hopefully that some of the things, maybe if you were thinking to pick them up, I've gave you an idea of things that I think should be purchased over and over again and other things that I would just leave. Thanks so much for watching. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye. Hello again. So as I said, some of the things I have used over before. I also spoke about this in my last Empties video. It is the Lee Stafford hair scrub. Hair growth scalp scrub, sorry. Hair growth scalp scrub. Next I'm going to go into fragrance and hair stuff you use on the shower